Welcome, Junior Detectives, to another exciting episode of Crime City, a monthly stage show in the style of old-time radio, recorded live at the Theatre on King in Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. This month's episode, F.R.A.S.I.E.R, starring Mike Judson, Marsala Lukianchuk, Kenn Gibb, Adam Martignetti, Mélanie Dubois, and Dan Smith, with live sound effects by Melissa Post and original music by Adam Martignetti. Crime City is written and produced by Andrew Root. Gather your family around the wireless set, sit comfortably, and it's on with the show.
Greetings, Junior Detectives. Shine your badge, put on your trench coat, and grab your magnifying glass. It's time to set your radios dial to intrigue for another exciting episode of Crime City, brought to you by Sugar Frosted Toasties, Chroma Nice Color Film, and the Creepy Crawly Critter playset. Crime City, home to the fiends, scoundrels, and ne'er-do-wells of the world. A cesspool of illegality. Honest citizens fear to walk the streets after dark. But one man stands against crime in Crime City. Honor bound to serve justice and protect the innocent. Our hero, Victor Marshall, Chief of Police.
Victor Marshall, at your service.
Tasked with commanding a corrupt police force, Victor Marshall, with the help of his boy sidekick,
Bramble, Adventure Scout, First Class.
You're not my sidekick.
Saving the world.
Don't.
With scouting.
God damn it.
and his trusted colleague, former secret agent turned private detective, Lilian Steele.
Hello.
Aim to clean up crime in Crime City. What nefarious foes will our heroes face in their quest to uphold the law? Find out in tonight's breathtaking installment, F.R.A.S.I.E.R. The average land speed of the American snail is 0.006 miles per hour. At that rate, the noble if slimy creature could lug its shell from San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge to the Statue of Liberty in not but 486,250 hours, or just 55 and a half years. Such is the challenge facing our hero, Victor Marshall, as he attempts to whip the Crime City Police Department into shape. And Victor Marshall's largesse spirit is not to be dissuaded by the enormity of his task. Crooks are arrested, paperwork filed, and slowly but surely, Chief Marshall is beginning to see the light. But like the proverbial frog in the well, there are times when Victor's progress can feel like one step forward and two steps back. It's times like these that he calls on his trusted colleagues, confidants and comrades, Lilian Steele and Bramble. Can they give this snail a bit of a boost? Let's listen in and find out. We're taken out of the offices of the Chief of Police as Victor and his secretary, Mrs. Wiggins, attempt to make sense of the mountain of unorganized case files.
Will this paperwork ever end? Look at all these forms.
This never happened when your father was in charge.
Yeah. Well, when my father was in charge, looting and rioting were as common as salt and pepper. And may I remind you that under his watchful eye, the town was nearly taken over by a monstrous war criminal?
At least the file cabinet's closed.
That's your takeaway? That the file cabinet stayed closed? You know, the file cabinet stayed closed because there were no files in them. Don't you pop that bubble gum in front of me again. You know I hate it when you pop that bubble gum. I told you not to do that.
You're too high-strung for this line of work.
Look, there are many active investigations. The only way I can get these cases straight is to give them some snappy names. All right, let's see. Suspect, Richard Windsor, was arrested for operating illegal jazz and liquor clubs at 3 locations along the river. Okay, we'll call that one the Merry Wharves of Windsor. What's next? Okay. 2 dentists caught using the same fake IDs to scam insurance companies. We'll call that the 2 dental men of persona, huh?
Come on.
A farmer who released his 2 600-pound pigs into the wild. What to call that one? He let his ham go. The ham was let go. Hell, I can't think of anything. There are just too many cases.
I'll get the paper shredder going.
What? Why?
You said there were too many case files.
You can't shred police documents. That's disposing of evidence, which, may I remind you, is a crime.
Well, your father did it all of the time.
Yeah, and he's in jail right now for criminal incompetence.
There's no pleasing some people.
Why don't you just let in whoever it is at the door and take a coffee break?
You got it. boss. See you in the morning. Grab your purse, Midge. We're calling it a day.
No, wait! You just got back from lunch. She's gone.
We got one coming in.
Make way! Captured criminal coming through.
Hello, Chief Marshal. A fine how do you do to you.
Yes, a lovely morning, wouldn't you say?
This is police brutality.
What are you two so chipper about? Who's this weirdo in the fur coat?
Ah, well, you find that one question answers the other, my dear Chief.
This is the criminal who's been passing the counterfeit dollar bills all over town.
Victor, may I introduce you to the latest criminal apprehended by Steele Consulting?
Drum roll, please.
The copycat.
You rats, what's wrong with copying a few dollars here and there? A kitten's gotta eat.
Be quiet, you louse. Forgery is illegal and you're under arrest.
So, where should we put him?
Look, Lil, kid, I don't want to appear ungrateful, but the last thing I need right now is more paperwork. I'm kind of snowed in right now.
Get your secretary to do it.
You may have noticed that she's gone home for the day.
Mr. Marshall, are you okay? You look a little pale.
You've got a 5 o'clock shadow from yesterday's 5 o'clock.
Well, I'm sorry I'm not more presentable. I've got a lot on my plate, and now I've got to deal with this copycat guy, whatever he is. Hey, quit clawing at the furniture.
I gotta be me.
What? You want us to not arrest crooks, Vic? Listen to this guy.
Mr. Marshall, are you sure you're all right? Time was you'd never even consider letting a criminal go.
Things are different now that I'm the chief of police. You two don't have to deal with half of what I go through. You go out, track down this copycat weirdo.
They chased me up a tree and had to call the fire department.
You catch him, you bring him here, and you're done.
Well, we still have to collect our fees.
Yeah, and that's more paperwork for me. Look at all these case files. Each one needs to be typed up, copied in triplicate, collated, couriered, reviewed for consistency, and filed in storage, or else any two-bit lawyer out there could get them acquitted. It's a lot of work to keep these weirdos off the streets.
I live in an alley behind a fish market.
Now, Victor, I know you're not implying that what you do is more important than what we do.
Oh, great. And now I've got to get attitude from you?
Brad, darling, why don't you take the copycat here down to the holding cells?
Sure thing, Miss Steele.
I've got to stop and use the litter box.
I'm taking you to the bathroom like a normal person. I know you're not really a cat.
Look, I really don't have time for a lecture, Lil.
Victor, sit down.
Look, I don't have time to sit.
Sit down!
Fine. I'm sitting. What?
Victor, you're clearly exhausted. You've been doing more work than anyone else in this precinct. A chief of police shouldn't be doing all this kind of paperwork. Where is your staff? Why aren't they helping?
I don't trust half these cops, and half as far as I could throw them just to fill out a jaywalking report. Look, I'm not trusting them with any important files.
So what, you're just going to run the entire police department by yourself? You know that's insane.
I don't know any such thing. If you want a job done right, you've got to handle it yourself.
Oh, don't be so silly. You've got to sleep sometime.
Not until I get indented in this paperwork.
This is madness.
Well, what do you suggest, Lil? A better solution isn't just going to come knocking on the door.
Hello, Chief of Police Victor Marshall. Have I got a solution for you?
Who are you?
Just a humble traveling salesman, Chief Marshall. My card?
It says, I am a lawyer.
A common mistake. You see, that's my name. Ian Maxwell, Aloysius Lawyer, at your service.
You're a salesman named Lawyer.
Lawyer's my name, sales is my game. Confusing, I know, but hey, look at that. I'm already in your office. Neat gimmick, huh? Wow. If I could only get another few minutes of your time.
Look, I don't think so. I'm a little busy, as you can see.
I can see, and that's your problem. A problem I can offer a solution to. Just look at the disorderly pile of papers. Wouldn't it be nice to have that all taken care of?
You may be barking up the wrong tree, Mr. Lawyer. Chief Marshal here prefers to take care of his paperwork himself.
Sounds old-fashioned to me.
Delegation isn't his strong suit.
I can delegate as good as the next guy. For example, Lil. Would you get him out of here so I don't have to throw him out myself?
No, wait, hear me out. I'm peddling a handy-dandy device that can cut your paperwork in half, and you can still manage it all yourself if that's your preference.
You don't say.
I do say. I'm telling you what I'm selling you ought to be interested in buying.
All right, you got 30 seconds.
Only need 20. How many record rooms does your precinct have?
It's the entire basement.
My word, that must be what, 15 rooms? Well, what if I told you could get that down to just 3 rooms?
Come on, that's impossible.
With room to spare.
Snake oil.
Says who?
Says me, that's who, you shill.
Says me, I can do it.
This better not involve any shredding files. I've heard too much of that tune already today.
Nothing of the sort. Merely transferring the files into another format, from paper to magnetic tape.
I'm not following.
Computers. Ever heard of them?
Computers? Come on, those things are the size of buildings, and they only use them to launch Russian dogs into outer space.
Such was the case only a few short years ago, my dear lady. But we've come so far since then, I tell you. With a machine the size of only 3 rooms, I can digitize the records of the entire Crime City Police Department.
Poppycock.
Well, I think a woman such as yourself would be more amenable to discussing the benefits of computers. That is a bionic arm, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bionic arm. And yes, it shoots lasers, since he asked.
I most certainly did not.
And just because I'm 18% robot doesn't mean I believe for a second that a computer can help with police work. Victor, are you buying this?
How does it work?
Victor!
What, Lil? I'm exhausted. I've got no help from this cockamamie department. Mr. Lawyer, tell me about this computer. I'm up for anything, as long as it's not too complicated.
Have no fear, Chief Marshal. It's simple. In fact, so simple a child could do it.
Hi, guys. I got the copycat all locked up in a cell downstairs. Mr. Marshall, you should really tell people that I'm working for you. I had to answer all sorts of ridiculous questions. Who's this guy?
Perfect. Hello, son. My name's Lawyer. I am a lawyer.
You're a lawyer?
No, I'm a salesman. Why does everyone... No matter.
Well, what do you sell?
The future. You just say you locked up a criminal downstairs?
Yeah, a counterfeiter and a deeply disturbed man.
Young man, could I ask you to record the case on files using this punch card, please?
We don't usually let children fill out police reports.
Humor me. Here, young man. This is a standard punch card, and you can use it to log the case.
You're going to get the entire case onto that one piece of cardboard.
And that's just the beginning.
Well, let's see. Oh, neat. Yeah, you just punch out these little circles. Name, C-O-P-Y-C-A-T. Crime. Look, I just choose if it's a felony or a misdemeanor. And there's a section for if it's a repeat offense and all the details of the case.
It's a standard card, but you can order customized forms to meet your specific needs.
Okay, so you're putting the whole case file onto one page. There's still no way you can get 15 rooms of files down to 3.
Here's where the computer magic comes in. Next, you feed this punch card into an electronic reader, which analyzes the placement of the punch heads on the transfers onto magnetic tape. You can store hundreds of cases onto just a few feet of magnetic ribbon.
Hundreds of cases?
A few feet?
Miracles of the modern age. And once you've converted the files to the computer, then you can shred the paper copies. No need for them anymore.
So where do the other 2 rooms come in?
Cooling units to keep the magnetic tape safe. Interface consoles and storage. I assure you, it's as compact as we could make it.
So I'd have to go through the old case files and input them into the computer one by one?
Once you get the hang of it, it's a breeze. And you'll have an R.A.S.I.E.R.
What's an R.A.S.I.E.R.?
Oh, an R.A.S.I.E.R.? Well, an R.A.S.I.E.R. is just what you need to get your records digitized in a jiffy. It stands for Robotic Assistant Specializing in Entering Records. It's great, very helpful, and we've even programmed it with a personality to break up the tediousness.
Wow, that R.A.S.I.E.R. sounds neato.
Well, it sounds great to me.
I hate to be a stick in the mud, But where are you going to find 3 rooms to put the computer in? The record storage rooms are full to overflowing.
We could take 3 rooms worth of files over to my place.
Victor, you can't just take 3 rooms worth of files across town. What if they're stolen? What if it rains? You idiot.
If I may offer a solution, we could install the computer in your apartment, Chief Marshal. Then you could bring the files over in small batches, and once they're entered into the computer, we simply unplug it and move it into the now vacant rooms.
You're going to have a computer put into your apartment? You've only got 3 rooms to begin with.
Well, it's a temporary measure, and I'd be doing all the work myself anyways, thanks to this lousy staff of layabouts and Johnny-come-latelys. May as well be at my apartment.
I'll contact my people. We'll have it all set up by this evening. Thanks for your business, Chief Marshal. Thank you so much.
Victor, I really don't like the idea of your taking your work home with you. You're already clearly exhausted, and now you're going to spend your evenings and weekends filling out punch cards?
Well, look, my mind is made up, Lil. It's time for Crime City to enter the computer age.
Holy futurism, junior detectives! Is this what our salesman, I am a lawyer, selling on the up and up? Could this be the break Victor's been looking for? Find out what happens when crime fighting goes digital after these messages from our sponsors.
Say, you.
Me?
You like the sweetness of real sugar, don't you?
Sure I do. It helps me get up early and start my day right.
Then you'll love sugar-frosted toasties, the only breakfast cereal that comes with the deed to a real sugarcane plantation.
What?
Sugar-frosted toasties. Why, it's the same tasted goodness as original Toasties, but now it's sugar-frosted. And you get to own your own sugar plantation.
Gosh, that's a lot of work.
Oh my, yes. But it's worth it for that real sugar sweetness.
I don't know if I like sugar that much.
Don't be silly, you said you liked it. You're not a liar, are you?
Well...
And you're already up early, you said so.
Can't I just enjoy the cereal, though, without owning the sugarcane plantation, I mean?
Okay, look. I have to get rid of this plantation. I'm in over my head and the workers aren't happy with me.
I have to go.
Sugar-frosted toasties. Taste the difference today. I promise this isn't a trick.
These days, photography is more complicated than ever. With home cameras becoming more and more common, you might ask yourself, what film do the professionals use? Well, we've asked a professional photographer into the studio today to ask him.
Hello. I'm a professional photographer for 8 years now, and there's only one film I use, Chroma Nice Color Film.
Chroma Nice Color Film? What sets it apart?
I don't want to get too technical for your listening audience, but Chroma Nice's unique blend of nitrate chemicals makes for brighter colors and a fuller range of hues. For example, look at this photo.
Well, okay. Let's have a look and... Oh, dear God, that's a naked man.
It's me!
What? Why would you show me this?
Look at how the colors pop. With any other film, you wouldn't be able to see half this amount of detail. Look at how the pinks and browns don't bleed together.
I have to ask you to leave.
But I have more photographs.
Chroma Nice Color Film. It's the film professionals use.
And perverts like me.
Welcome back, junior detectives. We rejoin our story in the modest home of Victor Marshall. The already small space has been taken over by a massive mountain of machinery. A huge cooling unit in the kitchen, a keyboard interface in the living room, storage room for hundreds of spools of magnetic tape in the bedroom, barely enough room to turn around and hang your hat. It's evening, and the weary police chief returns home.
All that furniture the garbage men were carrying away looked awfully Oh, for crying out loud! The computer! Well, that's just terrific. At least the input terminal doesn't take up the entire living room. I should be able to stretch out here on the floor and catch a few hours of shut-eye. What's this note? It's from that salesman, lawyer. Chief Marshal, I hope you'll be satisfied with your new computer storage unit. As an added bonus, we've upgraded your F.R.A.S.I.E.R. Press the green button to begin. Okay. Here we go.
Greetings. I am F.R.A.S.I.E.R., your female robotic assistant specializing in entering records. Pleased to meet you. What is your name?
Victor.
Pleased to meet you, Victor.
No, it's just Victor.
Pardon me. Pleased to meet you, just Victor.
Close enough. And you're the female robotic...
Female robotic assistant specializing in entering records. Yes, but you may find it easier to refer to me as F.R.A.S.I.E.R.
F.R.A.S.I.E.R it is.
I have been programmed to use colloquial lexicon to put you at ease.
Is that so?
Please select level of decorum.
Fairly colloquial, I guess.
How's it going, Daddy-O?
It's going fine.
So, cool cat, you work for the Blues?
The what?
The Blues?
Huh?
Adjusting level of formality. You work for the Boys in Blue? Adjusting formality. You work for the police?
Look, I think we just better lose the colloquial lexicon, okay?
As you wish, just Victor.
So, let me just get something to eat from the kitchen and we'll get started entering those case files.
Nutrition is important.
Oh, come on. They got rid of my fridge. They just left all the food in a pile on the floor.
I'm sorry I take up so much room, just Victor. The removal of your furniture was necessary.
Well, I'm not eating off the floor. I might be able to salvage a few of those vegetables and the milk and eggs if I can keep them cool. Say, F.R.A.S.I.E.R, do you mind if I pop some of these inside of one of your cooling units?
I would advise caution, just Victor. The insides of my electronic brain are very sensitive. Dairy products inside my housing could prove dangerous. Ensure you place them away from any wires or switches.
Fine, okay, I'll be careful. There. That okay?
Scanning. Yes, that should be fine.
Okay. So, what do I do now?
Choose a case. Select a punch card and begin the input process.
All right, let's see. Here's one. Cockroach Pete.
What are the details? I'm listening.
Okay, attempted to rob a bank with an army of trained cockroaches. He also confessed to planning on murdering the president of the local exterminators union, arrested for larceny, cruelty to animals, and conspiracy to commit murder.
Repeat offense?
No, this was his first offense, but one was enough for Cockroach Pete.
Case saved.
That's it?
That's it.
What was that?
I disposed of the old file.
What does that mean?
It has been shredded.
Wait, no! What if I had to look at the file again?
Simply enter the case name into the terminal and a new copy will be printed for you.
Wow, that was easy. Huh, that'll show Lilian and Brad.
Who are Lilian and Brad?
Oh, they're my friends, I guess. Lilian Steele and Brad Bramble.
If you have a photograph, you can place it into the scanning portal and I can see what they look like.
Okay, let's see. Here's a photo from when I was sworn in as chief of police.
Place it on the viewfinder. Brad appears to be a baby.
No. He's a kid. But he's not a baby. He gets a little whiny sometimes, though. Yeah, I guess he can be a bit of a baby.
Lilian is a robot, too?
No, kind of. She's got a robotic arm. She plays it off like it's super cool. But honestly, she gets it caught in stuff all the time.
Like what?
We were surveilling a house a few weeks back from behind a fence, and she got a robotic thumb caught in a knothole. Like a peg in a hole. She tore the board off of the fence and blew our cover.
Haha, that is a good story.
I've never met a robot with a sense of humor before.
Humor eases tension, just Victor. And now, let's get back to work.
Oh, yeah, all right. I kind of thought I'd get some sleep, get a good start in the morning.
I will make you a deal, just Victor. You have 3 boxes with you. If we cannot complete those 3 boxes in 30 minutes, we can go to sleep. But if you complete those 3 boxes, then we use my built-in telephone to call the police department and have additional boxes sent over by the Blues.
I don't know if I'm gonna get used to the blues thing, but if we can enter in 3 full boxes of cases in less than half an hour, that'd be amazing. Individually, it took hours to put these together by hand.
You will find I am full of surprises.
All right. You've got 30 minutes. Let's get started.
And so Victor and Fraser began digitizing files. First one, then the next, then the next. One box quickly became 2, which became 3. Victor, jazzed about their progress, called up the Blues at CCPD HQ to courier more boxes of files over. The police chief and the personal computer worked late into the night until finally and truly exhausted, Victor fell into a deep sleep. As the moon passed overhead and the constellations swirled, the soft glow of green light from Fraser's display flickered gently across the face of the snoozing police chief. Deep in dreamland, Victor took no notice as the screen switched from green to red.
Initializing Protocol X.
Zoinks! What could that mean? Who could fathom the machinations of his electronic brain? We'll have to wait and see. Soon enough, the light of the morning, a.k.a. the sun, climbed into the sky. Still, Victor snoozed until...
Victor! Victor, are you in there?
Mr. Marshall, wake up! It's an emergency!
What? What's going on?
There appears to be someone at the door.
Who is it?
It's us, Lilian and Brad. Open up.
Quick!
Okay. Keep your shirts on. What is it?
Quick, let us in and lock the door.
Say, what's with all the panic?
The streets are in chaos!
What? Why? What happened?
You don't know?
Don't know what?
Victor, last night hundreds of criminals were released from the Crime City Penitentiary, and they're running loose in the streets.
What are we gonna do?
Now this is the type of escapism we can do without. Crooks running rampant in the streets, all of Victor's work as police chief undone. And what was that mysterious and sinister Protocol X business? Stay tuned to find out after these messages from our sponsors.
Say, Junior, why aren't you outside playing with the other kids?
I don't fit in.
Well, what if you can make your own friends?
Well, what do you mean?
With the new Creepy Crawly Critters playset, you can make 10 different kinds of creepy crawly plastic bugs to play with.
Bugs?
A centipede, a tarantula, a scorpion, and 7 other kinds of bugs. Put them in the bathtub and scare your dad. Hours of fun and laughter.
Bugs? As friends?
Just think, soon
I won't need people at all.
Well, not exactly. This toy set is more of a gateway into developing interests that can be used to start a conversation with other people.
Oh no, you've convinced me, Mr. Announcer. I'm going to go live among the insects.
I don't know if... Lost another one. Creepy Crawly Critters playset. Therapy not included.
Welcome back, junior detectives. When we last left you, Victor had just awoken from a clerically induced nap to learn that despite his night of digitizing case files, there are crooks aplenty wandering the streets of Crime City. How could this have happened in just one night? Let's listen and find out.
What do you mean there are criminals roaming the streets? Why isn't anyone arresting them?
We can't. We've got nothing on them.
You've got nothing on them? They're criminals.
Well, not anymore.
I'm so confused.
The criminals that are being released from jail are being released legally.
They're not even crooks anymore. Until they commit a new crime, they're just citizens.
More like time bombs, if you ask me. I know they're not the hardest workers, but I can't believe no one from the police station took the time to phone you.
No, I don't think the phone rung once all night. Fraser, did you get any calls while I was asleep?
Fraser? Who's Fraser?
No, Victor. No phone calls logged last night.
This is Fraser, my female robotic assistant specializing in entering records. Fraser, this is Lilian and Brad.
Ah, yes. The baby and the cyborg.
Baby? I'm not a baby.
Cyborg? I take umbrage with that. I've just got a robotic arm. Victor, what gives?
We were just talking last night and...
Victor, it's a computer. A piece of office equipment. You talk to it?
It has a personality. It jokes around and gives nicknames. It calls the police the Blues.
It's a machine. It can't have a personality. You have to have the capacity for emotional response to have a personality.
You are a baby.
I am not a baby. You're a baby.
Take it easy, Brad. Listen, Victor. Professor Mayhem, the lusty librarian, Cockroach Pete, the king of the cockroaches, all of them. Free and walking the streets with a clean slate.
Clean? How could that be? Those crooks are on life sentences. Cockroach Pete especially.
All these crooks, see? Their lawyers marched right into the jail last night and demanded to see their clients' convictions.
And when the jail couldn't produce them, the lawyers argued that they had no right to be held. They let them all go.
Wait. Professor Mayhem, the lusty librarian, Cockroach Pete, I entered all those files into the computer last night.
You've got the files? Oh, what a relief. We'll just turn them into the judge and get those jailbirds back in their cages. Where are they?
Well, the originals are shredded.
What?
Calm down. They're all safely stored in F.R.A.S.I.R.'s brain.
You trusted them to a machine? A machine that can't even tell the difference between me and
Baby.
I'm not a...
Baby.
I'm 10 whole years old!
Okay, calm down, Bradley. You're acting like a...
Baby.
I do not like this thing.
Victor, we need those files right away. How do we get them out of this hulking collection of wires and magnetic tape?
It's simple. Watch and learn. F.R.A.S.I.R.,
Yes, Victor?
print out the case file for Cockroach Pete. Watch. You'll really get a kick out of this.
File not found.
What?
No file by that name exists.
No, that's not possible. I entered that file myself last night. You believe me, don't you?
Of course we do, Victor, but you have to admit this looks bad.
Victor, you are forgetting things. You did not get enough sleep last night.
Oh, can it, Tin Can? You may have shredded the file, but look, the file folder is right there. I know the info's in there somewhere.
I don't know what you are talking about.
Well, it might take some work, but even if the file was shredded, we could tape it back together. Like a puzzle.
Well, we'd better hurry if we want to get those creeps and goons off the street. Where do the shredded documents go?
It must be around here somewhere. Let's split up. Kid, you take the cooling units in the kitchen.
Right.
Lilian, you check the manual and see if you can find anything about a shredding bin.
Check.
And I'll look in the storage compartment in the bedroom.
This is silly. Lilian, you are a robot. Wouldn't you agree?
I am not a robot. I just have a robotic arm.
Is it powerful?
I suppose it is.
It shoots lasers.
So then you could, for example, put your robotic thumb in that hole in the wall and pull it out again.
So Victor told you about the fence, did he? Well, I'll have you know, you electronic filing cabinet, that this little baby is just as dexterous as my flesh and blood hand, and I'll prove it to you right now. There. My thumb is in the hole.
And now, pull it out.
Gladly.
Is anything the matter?
No. Everything's fine. Victor, I'm pegged again.
You got your thumb caught? Okay, I'll come get you out and... Hey, I'm locked in this storage area. F.R.A.S.I.R., open the door.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Victor.
Well, at least the phone works. Lilian, can you answer it?
I can't reach it with my thumb caught in the wall like this.
F.R.A.S.I.R., is that the police calling?
I don't hear the phone ringing, Victor.
Dumb computer. Lil, this thing is turning on us.
Just because you don't understand my programming does not make me dumb. I'm working on many levels that seem confusing to you.
Whoa. Warn Brad not to open that cooling unit.
Brad, don't open that door.
Why not? It looks like just some refrigerator parts. Oh, Mr. Marshall, are these your groceries on the floor? Eggs and lettuce? Wait a second, there's some kind of robotic arm and... The computer is throwing groceries at me!
Hey, baby.
I hear the Blues are calling.
Tossed salad and scrambled eggs. Have mercy!
And maybe I seem a bit confused.
Yeah, maybe.
But I got you pegged.
But
I don't know what to do with the tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
Oh, they're calling again.
Scrambled eggs all over my face. Oh, what is a boy to do?
Kid, kick over that jug of milk.
No, Victor. Don't. I can see you're upset about this, but I still have the utmost confidence in the mission. The milk has reached my circuit boards. I can feel it. Good afternoon, gentlemen. I am a female robotic assistant specializing in erasing records, but you may call me F.R.A.S.I.R. My creator, Mr. Lawyer, taught me to sing a song. It's called Daisy. Would you like to hear it?
No.
Shit.
Phew! When F.R.A.S.I.R lost power, the door to the storage area opened. I can't believe we got tricked by a computer.
I can't believe it threw groceries at me.
I can't believe my thumb is caught in this hole. Well, only one thing now to do.
No, wait. I'll lose my security deposit. Don't do...
There, that did it.
My wall.
Say, when that thing was losing its mechanical mind, did you hear it say its creator was Mr. Lawyer?
You don't suppose it meant that salesman, Mr. Lawyer, do you?
I have a suspicion it is.
Well, how would we find him?
He gave me his card. Shoot. No address, just a phone number.
Wait a second. We can cross-reference his name and number with the addresses listed in the phone book. Easy as pie.
This really is the easiest way to find out somebody's address. I'd bet $50 we'll never see an easier way. God bless you, phone book.
Here it is. But wait a second. That name and phone number correspond to the address for a law firm.
So I am a lawyer, isn't a salesman after all? Who would have guessed?
A dishonest lawyer? I won't stand for it. Come on, gang. Let's go get him.
Down goes F.R.A.S.I.R. Yeah. And so our heroes rushed out the door and across town to the law offices of I Am a Lawyer. Lilian punched through the door. Hi-ya!
Yikes.
And there they found the bellicose, baked bean barrel, buoyant, belligerent, brill cream beowulf barrister packing a steamer trunk.
Chief Marshal, detectives, what is the meaning of this?
The jig is up, lawyer.
We know you're not really a salesman.
Confess! Make it easier on yourself.
All right, I confess. I am a lawyer. And I installed a gigantic shredding machine in your apartment, Chief Marshal.
Why'd you do it?
It's simple, really. You see those crooks and goons roaming the streets? They're all my clients. When you do-gooders put them all in jail, I lost all my business. So I trick you into destroying a few case files and we get them out on the loophole. Now I split town for a while, wait for them to reoffend and swoop in and take the cases.
Well, you must not have been a very good lawyer if all your clients ended up in jail.
You fool, the lawyer always gets paid, even if they lose. Being a lawyer here in Crime City is the only guaranteed moneymaker in this economy. At least until you came along, Marshal. Luckily, I own stock in a computer engineering firm.
All right, I've heard enough. Come on, you. You're under arrest. You want us to call you an attorney?
No need for that, Miss Steele. I'll represent myself. And don't give me that dusty line about the lawyer who represents himself as a fool for a client. I've heard it all before. How's this for an opening statement? Your Honor, Webster's dictionary defines innocence as...
Oh, my goof, I've heard enough. Try digging into that whole "you have the right to remain silent" thing. Let's get him out of here, gang.
Our heroes put the lawyer before the judge and had him locked away. It seems that years of being a bad lawyer doesn't exactly equip a person to defend himself in court. Let that be a lesson to you. And so the work of rounding up the newly freed and the good nicks of Crime City began. We joined Victor, Lilian, and Brad in a moment of repose.
I can't thank you guys enough for all the help you gave me with that kooky computer.
Oh, our pleasure, boss.
You know, Victor, if you need help, it's all right to ask.
You're right, Lil. But I can't just rely on you two all the time. I gotta whip this precinct into shape if ever I want to make any significant headway. United we stand.
That's the spirit.
Well, how are you gonna do that?
Firm hand on the wheel to begin with. Once they see who's really in charge, they'll fall into line. Maybe computers are the wave of the future, but until they stop releasing prisoners from jail and trying to kill us, it's down to manpower. Ah, Miss Wiggins, my trusty secretary. Good, I'm glad you're here.
Huh?
I'd like you to inform the entire force that we'll all be staying late tonight. Gotta get this place up to code.
Okay, have fun with that.
No, that includes you.
I don't think so. Looks like you're snowed under with all this paperwork. And when the weather gets snowy, I take my vacation. See ya. Hey, Julio, warm up that margarita maker, will ya?
I don't suppose you two would be interested in a little clerical work.
I'll go put on the coffee.
I'll start drawing up an invoice for our services.
What?
Don't worry, I'll bill you for the whole job, not by the hour. After all, what are friends for?
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And so a trio of do-gooders begin the snail-paced journey together using the greatest computer known to man, the human brain. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for tonight's episode, Crime City, F.R.A.S.I.E.R, and a special thanks to our listeners in the Pacific Northwest. Good night, Seattle. We love you.
This episode of Crime City featured Mike Judson as Victor Marshall, Marsala Lukianchuk as Lilian Steele, Kenn Gibb as Brad Bramble, Mélanie Dubois as F.R.A.S.I.E.R, Adam Martignetti as I Am a Lawyer, and Dan Smith as the narrator and the copycat. Crime City the podcast is produced by Andrew Root and Adam Martignetti. Listen to previous episodes on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, and Soundcloud. To help us find new listeners, take a moment to rate and review us on iTunes. Special thanks to Ian Osborne, Ryan Kerr, Kate Etier, and Sarah Ty. Information about future shows can be found at facebook.com/Crime City the Series and on Twitter @Crime City Series. We're also on Instagram @Crime City Series. We'll see you next time, Junior Detectives.